Alright, HadesOmega here. I just got done with a little bicycle ride. Alright, and it's evening now, okay? So this is not going to charge anymore. Okay, so this is what we're at. So it's been working normal, it's been charging, the inverter's working right now. It's at 16% state of charge, alright? About 25.6 volts. What was the cutoff again? The cutoff is 23.5 volts, okay? So when this gets to about 23-ish volts, it should shut off, okay? Maybe it doesn't shut off perfectly is what I'm gonna say, okay? So that's why we kind of have to like tune the system a little bit, all right? So what I did was I moved it up half a volt. Hopefully that'll work, okay? So when the when it switches to grid power, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna do that sometime tonight, all right? It'll run. It did run today, okay? I don't know what happened, but well, what happened was like one of the cells dipped really low compared to the other ones. So in fact, we should probably go check let's check the voltages right quick, all right, before, and I will shoot a video clip tomorrow and tell you guys what happened, okay? So let's go. A little cover off here, okay? All right. So here we go. Number 1, 3.2. Number 2, 3.2. Number 3, 3.2. Number 4, 3.2. Okay, good. Everything's still balanced. Number 5, 3.2. Number 6, 3.2. Number 7, 3.2. Number 8. Number 8, 3.2. Wow. Okay, so the pack is pretty well balanced right now. But we'll find that out when this guy runs out of juice. All right. So the voltages should start changing. Okay. So I will let you guys know what happens tomorrow. I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna run out of juice. Okay. And then it's gonna switch over to grid power, and then hopefully it survives until the sun comes up and charges it again. Okay. Yeah, that number 4 battery, man. I don't know what happened, but hey, we did a little bottom balance, so I guess that's good. So, all right. Till tomorrow. HadesOmega out. All right, HadesOmega here. It's the next day, and the solar garage system is still up. So that's the important thing. Okay, so it did run out of power. Okay, so it is switched over to grid now. All right. So when I do notice when there's a really low state of charge, all right, the battery is really low charge, it shows that it doesn't have power. Okay, so right now it's showing this. It only does it when it's really low state of charge. All right, so this will not discharge until it gets to about 4%. Okay, or 20. It's at 23.2 right now. Yeah, so it's supposed to switch over at 23.5. I made this little cheat sheet here so I don't have to look in this anymore. Okay, so you have it set to 23.5, and it'll switch over to utility. All right, so it's a 23.3 actually. Is there a way to check the battery? All right, so the battery is at 23.4. Yeah, that's perfect. So maybe it was set too low before, I guess. Yeah, I checked this earlier and it wasn't low yet. So, but I did look in the Shine app. Okay, if you look in the Shine app, see this kind of light blue color here? That's yeah, that's import from grid. So that's grid power right there. So we've been running off of grid power since like 3 o'clock in the morning. For some reason, yeah, for some reason when I went to go check it, it was running off of the battery. So I don't know, maybe the loads were like so low that we didn't need to think. Oh, the solar panels just kicked in. It's charging now. I just noticed that. How much is it charging at though? Well, let's kind of draw 1 amp though. It says it's trying to charge. I just saw the solar panel just pop in. It's so kind of interesting. Let's see what's going on there. It's got 45 volts.
but no, there's not enough power yet. I don't think it's going to make power for another like half hour or something, so because it's still in the shade. Okay, so this will not kick back on till it gets to 24.7. All right, so I don't know, for whatever reason yesterday the battery was imbalanced. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking of buying a balancer for this, so that way I don't have to use the voltmeter to check all the things at the same time. I could just add a balancer, add a balancer to the pack here, and then like just connect it to where the balance leads are. Yeah. Anyway, let's go check the cell balances real quick. I know I should just buy like a cell balancer checker thing, so I don't have to do that all the time, man. But I checked it not too long ago, and it was still good. But yeah, it is at a low state of charge right now, so it'd probably be a good idea to check it. That's when you would get the most differences. Okay, we got 2.89, 2.94. Oh, okay. 2.93. Here's our problem battery. 2.89. Was that how much the first one was? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason that one was unbalanced, so 2.9. But you know what? I've never bottom balanced this. I've never checked the state of charges. Well, you know what? I think I have, but I don't know. It's in drifting or something, so 2.92. Okay, that's fine. 2.87, that's a little bit low, but it's fine. And 2.9. Okay, yeah, so everything is around 2.89 or 2.9, so it looks like the balance is good. So yeah, I guess it needed a bottom balance. Let's say we can double check the pack voltage. Okay, 23.27 is what it says. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can really read it, but let's see what it is here. 23.25, pretty damn close. Yep. This battery monitor is great. I like it. It's too bad. Yeah, it's too bad it can't show you all the individual. It can't show you all the individual pack battery voltage. Okay, for the packs. Okay. Like at 1S, the 2S, the 3, the third one, the fourth one. You know, that kind of stuff. So I may look into getting a balance checker. Okay, I was looking at one on Amazon, and I think I might get it. I'm not sure. The only thing is, like, finding a balance lead is kind of hard to find. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah. So I don't know, man. So that concludes this this little vlog. All right, this episode of like I said, the system has been online for like a whole month, and I haven't had any problems with it until like now. Okay, so for whatever reason, one of the number 4 battery became like unbalanced. Okay, but I think I haven't got it that low state of charge for a while. Okay, I think we only tested it once. Okay, when we drained it all the way to see it would switch over the first time, and I don't think I'd ever done that again. Okay, so this is the first time that it's been switching to grid power, so that's good. So we tested to see if it switched to grid power, and it switched to grid power, no problem, and then it'll switch back. For whatever reason, the balance was bad on the battery the other day, and then so the BMS try to protect the battery, so that's good. So we know the BMS works now too. So so the BMS will disconnect the battery if the voltage gets too low on one of the cells. Okay, and that's basically what happened yesterday. It was, and so when that happens, you've got to find out which cell is the lowest and charge it back up. Okay, what I might buy is a battery balancer. I think I don't know, for whatever reason, the the BMS wasn't balancing the battery. You know what? I think it does balance the battery because it was like perfectly in balance yesterday. Like after I balanced it with I individually. So yeah, actually that's the first time I've done that. That's the first time I've individually balanced a battery while it was in series. Okay, so last time we had the battery when I first top balanced this battery bank, it was in parallel. Okay, it was a 1S 1S battery. But now it's a 8S battery, so if one of the cells could be unbalanced, when you're charging the whole pack. So that just shows you like, hey, you can just check all the voltages, find out which one is the lowest one, and just charge just that battery. Okay, so that's what I did, and then the BMS kicked in, and then said, hey, you can have power again. Okay. That type of thing, but it's good to see that it works, but that was a kind of odd situation, and it's that number 4 battery again, man. I'm telling you, it's always bad, but hopefully, I don't know. Now what would be interesting to do is let the battery bank charge all the way back up to 100%, and then check the top balance again. Okay, so now I first top balanced the battery when we first built it, right? And then now we've actually bottom balanced it. Okay, so I just showed you guys how to bottom balance it. You just check all the voltages, and then you find out which one is the lowest, and then you watch it. Okay, you watch the charger as it charges. It charges much faster when you're just charging one battery. Okay, I'll tell you that. It only took half an hour to get that battery up to where the other ones were. Okay, I actually had to do 2 of them too. 2 of them were kind of low, so that's good. I had a chance to bottom balance it, and it actually worked out. It's still balanced right now, so we'll just have to check along the line what the balance is. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a balancer, and then I'm just going to have it hooked up to the battery pack all the time, and that way I can just check the voltages, and then if it needs a balance, I just turn the balancer on, and it'll self-balance the battery, so I don't have to do it manually. But yeah, I just showed you how to manually balance the battery. So what happened? Okay, so that's the end of this episode. I hope that was entertaining and educational. That was not something I planned or anything. It just kind of just happened, and it's kind of not. It wasn't supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen is it was just supposed to switch the grid power, and then it was supposed to start charging the battery once we had solar power. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So what I did was I bumped up the threshold voltage where it'll switch back to grid. I bumped it up a little bit. So I think that's a good idea. So that way, I'm still kind of tuning the system, as you can see. So I bumped it up about half a volt, and then I think I put 0.2 volts. I added 0.2 volts to when it goes back to battery power. Okay, so I mean we're using less of the battery, but that's okay. Like you want to use that little, instead of using the whole thing. I'm going to use the whole window. So this is the whole thing, right? Instead of using the whole battery, you want to use like what's in the middle of the battery. Okay, the state of charge. Okay, you don't want to use this up and down, because that way you got a little cushion. So but as you can see, even if you exceed the thresholds, the cushion, all right, and one of the batteries is too low, or one of the batteries is too high when it's fully charged, that's why you've got that cushion. But even if you exceeded that, okay, you pass that threshold, the BMS will protect it. Okay, so that just showed you that the BMS works. Okay, so I wish I had the smart BMS so I can connect my phone to it, so I can check everything, and I don't have to keep on connecting the voltmeter to it and stuff. But whatever, that's fine. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a cell balancer, and then I'm just going to leave it connected all the time, so I can check the balance. All right, so yeah. Thanks for watching. It's Big Al. That's the end of that episode. Alright, HadesOmega here. We're going to do a quick battery balance check test for... so now the battery bank has about 26 volts, and I can see, and it's at 15% state of charge. So let's see what it is when it's got some juice in it, alright? I've got 3.25, 3.25, 3.26, that's 3.25, 3.26. I think the it's charging right now, so it's actually going up a little bit. So 3.26. I can hear the charger working harder, so 3.2, that's pretty much 3.26. That's almost 3.26. And that's almost 3.26 also. Okay. Let's check number 1 again. I bet you it's 3.26. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I was just like at that kind of point where like it went from 3.25 to 3.26, and it's putting 20 amps into the battery right now, so it's charging pretty fast. So at least for my system, it is. Okay, all right, as we go.